What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. Mr. Z was about 15 minutes tardy. Late. That's late. That's late. That ain't the worst, though. We got to put my bar in hell, right? We have to put my bar in hell. I told everybody 5 minutes and it was 15. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So, shout out to Destro. We're going to be reviewing how some of the ladies are sounding with the Decenter campaign and how exactly that's going for them, right? Um, I'm going to be playing Real Talk with Yanni, right? Because I need y'all to see the look on her face. I need y'all to hear. I sped it up a little bit. So for many of you that can't bear it, I sped it up so y'all don't have to be tortured for too long. But it's important, especially as Black people, Black men, we understand these kind of idiosyncrasies and the nuances, right? Other people might get it. We're all human beings. But for Black people, especially ADOS FBA people, Black men in particular, as y'all hear Real Talk with Yanni speak, you'll see she's not salvageable. And shout out to all of you guys in Texas, all of you Black men who's going to see Real Talk with Yanni. She's going to be attractive to you and you're going to try to hit on her and you don't appreciate that she's probably ain't going to talk to you. But if she does, what you're actually doing to your life, right? So before we get to that, fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use, right? And we're going to play a couple of these clips and we're going to speak about it on the other end. But before we get to that, let's first play how some of them are sounding now. This is also a cut from Destro. Destro, this one I got to keep, bro. Unless somebody could find the original and send it to me, I got to keep this one for posterity. I need to keep this for forever, right? So, this clip right here, and we've heard other women sound like this. Some of them who are being honest that loving on yourself, right? Loving on yourself isn't enough. Giggity, right? Loving on yourself isn't enough, right? We've heard real Life with Bree say this, and I'm gonna play this clip of this young lady saying this also, and then we're gonna play how some of them sounded before with Real Talk with Yanni, and then we're gonna play how they sound, some of them at least now. So this is about the ladies today. We're gonna do a bit of trolling. We're not gonna make too much. We're not gonna laugh at their expense too much because loneliness. Human beings are social creatures, and some of us, because of how we look or our station in life, our economic position, right, our financial position, better yet, we're talking real crazy. We're being a little snarky, mean, condescending, rude assholes, and we're making movements out of this so that other people can suffer with us, right? When they say misery loves company, we're gonna play it. We're gonna play it. We're gonna get to it, right? So let's play how this young lady sounds now, right? And then we're gonna play Real Talk with Yanni, and we'll get through it, right? So y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat, and here we go.
Another night going home alone. This single life is ass. And don't get under my post talk about some. Just focus on yourself, love yourself, date yourself. I don't want to hear that shit. I really don't. I'm tired of it. Stop trying to tell me to mask my desires for being with someone else, that I should just be with myself. I've been with myself. I'm always going to be with myself. Like, it's me and her to the end of time. Like, stop it. Like, after a long day at work, I just be wanting to lay down. I want to cuddle. I want to tell my man about my day. I just want to hug. Like, damn. Like, it don't even be about all the other stuff y'all be talking about. It just be the simple things that you miss the most. Like, that's really it. Like, it's not even like, it just be the simple things. That's all I'm going to say. So just be grateful if you got somebody and you got a hug today. Because you know what?
I don't need no man.
Listen, Destro, I need that clip. But to this young lady, I will say to her,
hey, yo, hey, niggas get shot every day, B. You be alright, nigga. You tough, right?
right? You know, young lady, much of the reason why you might see men are a bit standoffish, men might be suspicious of women, and there's other clips of her, we've seen them, yes. It's because you, whether you realized it or not, because you were either quiet about it or advocated for it and you didn't realize what you were doing, you signed on to Real Talk with Yanni and other black women and other women writ large and decenter men. Everybody walking around here like they tough guys. They tough as nails. They're in the forest. They could survive by their own. They don't need nothing. They don't need anyone. Women were talking like that too. Black women especially. Ain't nobody talk like this more than black women. In Creole, we said Towo, right? You a tough guy. Everybody walking around here like they tough guys. They don't need anyone, especially black women. I would instead of me getting on a black man's program, I would rather be single. I would rather be alone. Chrissy told us ain't no program to get on. What program, right? Well, young lady, huh? Kevin Samuels told y'all winter was coming. Y'all laughed at him and mocked him in his death. Y'all danced and twerked on his grave. Huh? Attorney Dennis Sperling told y'all winter is here. BGS told y'all winter is here. Y'all mock those men. Well, winter is here, ma'am. Winter is here. And you'll be all right.
Hey, yo, hey, niggas get shot every day, B. You be alright, nigga. You tough, right?
Huh? Ladies, y'all got out in y'all bag. Y'all been making a cool little bit of money. You might have your own place, maybe. Or at least you have a roommate and you're maintaining, you're sustaining, right? And you mocked men, you belittled men. And if you didn't, you sat by and watch other women, black women, do it. And you tacitly agreed. Huh? And you tacitly agreed. And here we are. And for all of you that's just coming in, we're reviewing this young lady. This is gonna be a slow roast. Mr. Z don't got too much time. We got errands to run today. But we're gonna play this again for y'all, for those of you that didn't hear it. And young lady, we're not Mr. Z is using you as an avatar to have a larger conversation. I'm not necessarily mocking you, although I am kind of making fun of this mindset now on the other end of Real Talk with Yanni and all the women in her comments. We're going to play it in a minute, but let's play how they sound now, and then we'll get to Real Talk with Yanni in a minute. Once again, this young lady.
Another night going home alone. This single life is ass. And don't get under my post talk about some. Just focus on yourself. Love yourself. Date yourself. I don't want to hear that shit. I really don't. I'm tired of it. Stop trying to tell me to mask my desires for being with someone else, that I should just be with myself. I've been with myself. I'm always going to be with myself. Like, it's me and her to the end of time. Like, stop it. Like, after a long day of work, I just be wanting to lay down. I want to cuddle. I want to tell my man about my day. I just want to hug. Like, damn. Like, it don't even be about all the other stuff y'all be talking about. It just be the simple things that you miss the most. Like, that's really it. Like, it's not even like, it just be the simple things. That's all I'm going to say. So just be grateful if you got somebody and you got a hug today. Because you know what?
I don't need no man.
Once again, and it's interesting because what she's saying, she's replying to the women. She's responding to the women, black women, who said, "Stop telling me to love myself and love off myself." Yeah, because they want you. Look, it's a constant war against black men, and so of course they're gonna tell you to love on yourself and love yourself, huh? Of course they are, because they need you as a soldier in the war. They don't care how miserable you are, ma'am. Other women, other black women in specific, white women sending y'all these dummy missions, and they still turn around and get married on y'all ass. But their foot soldiers need foot soldiers. Huh? And so a bunch of weirdo black women, LGBTQ black women with all type of situations and issues, they encourage you to be single instead of getting on a black man's program. And this is the result. Y'all want to know why Mr. Z got the Lincoln Park? What I've done, ma'am? Huh? This is the result. The Decenter Men campaign. This is the. It didn't even take long. At least the online campaign. We know black women have been decentering men since the plantation. Anyway, we know black women have been decentering black men for at least a good 60 years now. At least. Huh? This is the result. Huh? Your daughters can't take it. See, no one really thought about the market cap of this. What happens when your daughters are doing okay financially? They have their own place, or they have a place with a roommate. They're able to afford just about all their needs, even some of their wants. They go on trips. They do the girlfriend, not sexually and intimately, but they do the girlfriend girls trip thing. Now what? When money is not necessarily that important anymore. Now what? Uh-oh. Go get a hobby and go anything but getting on those men program. Yeah, that's it. Uh-oh. Huh? Anything but getting on a black man's program for black women, huh? Anything. And here we are. Huh? So let's play finally, because I've mentioned this forever now, for what, over a year, if not a year now. And so we're gonna finally play Real Talk with Yanni. So y'all can finally blow a gasket. Pause. And for those of you who have never seen this, much of the decenter, and Yanni wasn't the first with this. She wasn't the one who coined this term, but she's a big contributor to this, right? As a matter of fact, y'all gives you a second, y'all talk amongst yourselves. And we're back. But yeah, this particular video has some 37,000 views. Recall, Real Talk with Yanni has some 230 some odd thousand subscribers. The Decenter Men thing is way bigger than her. You see it across different platforms: YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. And the women, this is their way of taking, quote unquote, taking their power back, not being what they call it, boy hungry or boy crazy. Boy crazy is the better one. Boy hungry. Maybe you want to be boy hungry. Mr. Z, leave that one. Leave that one. You're gonna go somewhere else. But yeah, not being boy crazy and all of this thing to feel some type of weird sense of power in relation to men. Well, we taking our power back. We're gonna decenter men. And this is their way. This is their way of doing the whole indifferent thing. That didn't last too long, right? But let's play one of the influencers of this movement and someone who made comments on it and how she thinks of these things. And here you go, y'all favorite. Shout out to Trill, right? Shout out to Better You, y'all favorite, Miss Real Talk with Yanni. Here you go.
Hey boos, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss. I haven't done anything for you to be proud of.
Of course you have. You are marrying a man who can support you.
So welcome to the first episode of a new series that I'm going to be starting on my channel called Decentering Men. The series, I don't know where to start with this video. This is not a series about hating men. If anything, I think this is a series about not tolerating like bullshit from people, especially as an ex-people pleaser. But I am going to title this series Decentering Men.
Pay attention to the framing.
Because we live in a society now that is all about getting a man. And it is exhausting. Like every time I get on social media, even when you go out with your girlfriends, the conversation is all about a man, who you dating, who you talking to. And it's just, damn.
This is all videos of when you don't have time to complain about your man, or when you're not complaining about your man. What she's trying to say is you women are you women are centering men too much. That's what she's trying to say. In other words, if they're not complaining about men at their brunches, there's nothing to complain about. There's nothing to talk about. Notice this: black women, Latina women, white women. Eric, you haven't seen anything yet. Trust me, it's gonna get worse.
Isn't there more to life than just getting a man? Y'all let me know in the comments. There has to be more to life than just getting a man. The crazy thing about me coming to this peace of mind, decentering men, I get a lot of attention, like on a daily basis, from the opposite sex. I mean, getting sex from men is not hard. They're very easy to get sex from. So that's not an issue. I'm in a position where I have pick of the litter, but for whatever reason, I just don't want to center them in my life. I want to have girlfriend relationships where we sit down, we share a meal together, and the conversation isn't about they man problems, who they dating, and who they sleep with. Like, I just don't care. And I have actually gotten rid of all of my girlfriends that only want to talk about men all the time. Like, I don't want to be friends with women like that anymore. So when it comes to this series, Decentering Men, we're no longer sitting down at dinner tables, happy hours, and talking about men constantly. I mean, there's no escaping it in the world that we live in right now. It's men. Get a man, and it's just like, I'm exhausted. I'm tired of hearing the shit, honestly. And it's just like, I remember when I was a tomboy. I'm an ex-tomboy, but I remember when I was a tomboy and I just did not give a fuck. My life was so much more fun. It was fun. And I would look at my friends that were like boy crazy, and I would like roll my eyes because I'm just like, girl, it's not that deep. And somehow I got caught up in this shit, and I'm trying to find my way out of it. Well, I think I found my way out of it. And it's simple. Decenter men. This is not coming from a place of hurt, trauma. This is coming from a place of peace and happiness.
Lies.
And I just remember when I used to go out, and I used to just go out just to have a good time, laugh, great conversations, and just being a personality. My personality wasn't about getting a man. It was just about having fun. And I just want to get back to that. I just want to get back to me. And I'm tired of social media. I'm wanting to decenter men, decenter social media. And I just want to just be about me. I want to be selfish and self-centered as an ex-people pleaser, because everything is about getting a man, keeping a man, having a man's baby. And it's just too much. And I'm just getting nauseous. Just thinking about it. There has to be more to life than just
this is black girl swag.
And so now that I have decentered men for my life, I find myself actually having a good time. I go out in social settings. The objective isn't to get numbers, to get a man, to get a date. It's just to have great conversation. And I've been enjoying myself. I have. You know, I'm flirting. I'm having amazing conversations, meeting new people, and I'm just keeping it at that. And I like that. I feel in control, and I like how I have this I don't give a fuck attitude, and it's just very freeing. Whereas before, it was all about getting a man and hanging around women that wanted to go out just to get attention and to get a man. And it's just so exhausting. But now I actually go out. I'm actually having a great time. And I like it. I love it here, actually. I'm just tired of these videos. It's a man, it's a woman telling you, get a man, you need a man. You're gonna die alone. And I like being alone. I like it. It's peaceful.
We're gonna make you mean that,
This decentering men thing, I think it's necessary because a lot of women are exposing themselves to like temporary relationships just because they're listening to people online. And I don't know, I think it's kind of cute. I think it's funny because I'm a woman that actually enjoys being alone, right? I enjoy my aloneness. I think it's funny because some women feel like they're one-upping you because they have a temporary relationship. And I'm like, but your relationship is temporary. Even the women with rings, your marriage is temporary. Like, it's not lasting. It didn't last. A lot of women are in situationships, temporary relationships, friends with benefits, temporary relationships. They're just in these temporary relationships because social media is telling them that they need a man, or they should get a man, or hurry up, girl, better get your man before you hit the wall. It's like, it's just too much. And now I have moved to a space where I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
We're gonna make you mean that.
So good. Because I just don't give a fuck. And nobody is going to force me
to give a fuck. Look at her face.
And I like it.
There we go.
And another thing, when it comes to this decentering men, I have embraced my masculine. I've embraced my feminine side. I've embraced my light feminine. I've embraced my dark feminine.
Dark feminine is just manipulation.
I love that for me. Mm-hmm. When you center men, it's like you can't even embrace all of yourself. You can't embrace parts of yourself that men say they don't want, or parts of yourself that men claim they don't like. And when you decenter men, like, you can embrace all of yourself, including your masculine energy, because as a human being, the yin and the yang is something that we all embody. With me decentering men, I can embrace all of myself.
Excuses.
Oh my God, I love it.
We're gonna make you mean it.
Like,
we're gonna make you mean it.
Because I can't be a personality. I can't be in my dark feminine. I can only be in my light feminine. Being in my light feminine, I have to be a doormat. I have to be agreeable. Mm-hmm. I can't be a woman who has my own opinion. I just have to be agreeable. And when you decenter men, you don't got to do none of that.
And the problem is,
you don't got to do none of that shit. Mm-hmm. None of it. Mm-hmm. You can just be yourself. And I love that for me.
Asshole.
And I'm...
I told y'all saw the look on her face when I'm gonna do none of that. Oh, this is your young daughter's guru. 250 some odd thousand subscribers. Huh? Tens of thousands of views a video. Huh? Uh-oh. What happened? Y'all thought Mr. Z was making it up, huh? Y'all seen the look on her face? Y'all seen that black girl swag? We all done seen it. We seen it from our aunts. We seen it from our moms. We seen it from our girl cousins, our sisters. Huh? Y'all saw that? I don't gotta do none of that. Listen, any one of y'all in Texas who touch Real Talk with Yanni, you get what you get. You know there's some lane that's like, no, that's because she running into men like you, Z. All right, see you in divorce court, player. If you even get there. If you even get that far. Huh? Y'all see what it is? Y'all think y'all could do anything with somebody like that? Huh? Y'all know Mr. Z not the one to say who's salvageable or not. But once again, you think you could do anything with a woman like that? She getting off on that. Y'all heard her? That look on her face was genuine. And you're not gonna make me, and nobody's gonna make me. We gonna make you mean that. Hey, whoever does anything with Real Talk with Yanni, oh, you get what you get. Huh? Oh man, she gonna roll your heart over with a tank, reverse, roll it over again, reverse, roll it over again, forward, roll it over again. Huh? Exactly, God Incognito. I got game, Z. I can control her. Oh boy. Dark feminine, you heard it, Ishmael. You heard it. That's that manipulation stuff. That's the I want to be mean. I want to take advantage of you. Huh? I want to engage in my dark feminine. I want to be sassy. I want to be mean. I want to be able to take advantage and not feel guilty about it and not worry about who am I offending? Y'all heard what she said? Dark feminine. Y'all know what she mean? All that underhanded stuff. Huh? This is black girl swag. Look, y'all should have never gave Z the ability to do stuff behind in the back of YouTube. It's over. Y'all saw the look on her face. Y'all saw when she really got into it. We all done seen our moms, our aunts, our girl cousins, our sisters do that. When that's the I don't care what you say, I'm not budging. So, dear young lady I was playing earlier, you want to know why you so single and lonely and whatnot? It's because y'all let the real talk with Yannies talk. I'm not gonna say no more. Huh? I'm not even gonna say anything else. Yeah, no, y'all don't check Real Talk with Yanni because let's be clear, Real Talk with Yanni's like 5'10, 5'11, 5'10, I think. She's not a little girl. Y'all let Real Talk with Yanni talk, and she's the big money probably in her friend circle, huh? If she has friends, she the big money. So y'all gonna let her talk and spew all her nonsense. Ain't none of y'all gonna check her because of whatever issue she has, and she want to. This is y'all remember Z saying they're gonna drag y'all off the edge of the cliff. They're gonna walk y'all off the edge of the cliff. Y'all gonna fall into a lifetime supply of antidepressant pills, huh? And a couple of them will fall off the edge of the cliff with y'all, and most of them are going to turn right back around. They're not going to make it off the edge of the cliff. They're going to turn around and walk into some man's house. Oops. If you doubt me, go ask Paris Milan. Yikes. Huh? Then y'all going to be in your lifetime supply of depressant pills, huh? And your Rolls toys, talking about she tricked me, huh? The real talk with Yanni's, she could mean this and she could not mean this. Mr. Z thinks she mean it. Y'all seen the look on her face? What can you do with her? Huh? Guy Incognito says 5'10", she better be ready to settle. Most dudes don't like tall chicks like I do. Look, she already told you she not settle. That would involve a man. Real talk when Yanni says she likes being by herself. She likes being alone at least. And that's why Mr. Z said, we gonna make you mean that. Huh? Shout out to all of you who are gonna try to do something with Real Talk with Yanni. You want to try to make a relationship with her? Have a relationship? Let me know how that works. Because we know it's not. Huh? Oh, man. And let me read this one now. And Eric Demon, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Oh, by the way, y'all, that was part one. Part two is coming. We're going to play part two in a minute. And Eric Denman says, this was that fat chick who didn't get male attention. She lost weight. This is all true, by the way. She lost weight, got tons of attention, and got ran through because she couldn't keep a man. I don't know about that part. Maybe you're telling me something I never heard. So I live in Houston. I can spot chicks like her coming. There's a pun in there. Huh? There's a pun in there. Huh? And thank you for the super chat. Eric Denman, thank you for the super chat. Right. Oh, man. So y'all heard Real Talk with Yanni. What y'all think y'all could do with Real Talk with Yanni? Who can what when you run into a woman like this, what can you do with her? Other than run the opposite direction. She wants to be a man eater and not in that way either. Ooh, Mrs. Z Ramen. Huh? She want to be a man eater and not in that way either. Huh? Don't worry. We know that there's brothers that find Real Talk with Yanni attractive. Y'all gonna try to make something work with her. Be prepared. You see what she's trying to do. She turned this into a whole campaign. And nobody can make her care. We gonna make you mean that. Huh? We're gonna make you mean that. And when we say that, Real Talk with Yeti, it may not be you. You might not get caught up with it, but your subscribers, though, the ones in the comments talking crazy about men right now, black men right now, huh? So y'all don't appreciate it. Y'all watch Real Talk with Yanni. Y'all watch other content creators on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram. These bitter broads. Y'all watch them talk like this. Y'all encourage them. Y'all endorse it. Y'all all in their comments encouraging them, giving whatever crazy ass story you have. And then a year or two later, 3 years later, y'all sounded like this.
Another night going home alone. This single life is ass. And don't get under my post talk about some. Just focus on yourself. Love yourself. Date yourself. I don't want to hear that shit. I really don't. I'm tired of it. Stop trying to tell me to mask my desires for being with someone else, that I should just be with myself. I've been with myself. I'm always going to be with myself. Like, it's me and her to the end of time. Like,
you need to tell Real Talk with Yanni to shut up then.
After a long day of work, I just be wanting to lay down. I want to cuddle. I want to tell my man about my day. I just want to hug. Like, damn. Like, it don't even be about all the other stuff y'all be talking about. It just be the simple things that you miss the most. Like that's really it. Like, it's not even like, it just be the simple things. That's all I'm going to say. So just be grateful if you got somebody and you got a hug today. Because you know what?
I don't need no man.
So, ma'am, are you actually saying with your decenter campaign, are you actually saying?
So we don't have the capacity.
And the men are responding.
Hey, yo, hey, niggas get shot every day, B. You be aight, nigga. You tough, right?
Huh? Y'all heard real. That's only the first part. That's the first part of the first video. She got a whole nother, 2, 3 videos, 4 videos with this Decentering thing. Because misery loves company. She can't keep that to herself. Now, Real Talk with Yanni, turn around, find a man that she finds attractive and appealing. They go on and have a relationship, and all of her subscribers, there's going to be out there, just like what Paris Milan did. It should be a crime. You heard me, Real Talk with Yanni. What you and these other women got going on, y'all gassed them up to be single and miserable like you. And then y'all turn around and meet a man, hide him. Shout out to Paris Milan. Get engaged, get married. Somebody bust y'all out. Somebody expose y'all. And y'all never come back and say, look, when I was talking like that, I was in a hurt place. And what happened? Y'all don't even do that. Y'all just act like nothing happened. Y'all don't even do the, look, I'm sorry. I led y'all to being single and miserable. And it's because when I was there, I was in a hurt place. I wasn't healed. That crap y'all be doing. Y'all, Real Talk with Yanni, I can see it in your face. You're not even one of those. You just gonna turn around and pretend like nothing ever happened. And all your subscribers, most of your subscribers, gonna be out there with the lifetime supply of depressant pills. Or antidepressant pills, sorry. Huh? The Rose toy. And just miserable with their Haagen-Dazs ice cream and Lifetime movies. Huh? Oh boy. Now y'all see why Mr. Z covers these people. Somewhere is one of y'all female co-workers, and that video is about a year old, but somewhere is one of your female co-workers sitting right next to you in the cubicle, and she's listening to Real Talk with Yanni. Huh? Oh boy. So that was part 1. Here's part 2. Part 2 of the first video. And here y'all go. Once again, let's actually do this before we do that. Fair use, fair use. Fair use, fair use. Don't try to strike me, Real Talk with Yanni, because I'm telling the truth. Fair use, fair use. Right? And so we're going to play this next part. Real Talk with Yanni, Mr. Z just saying, have you no shame? Let me play it real quick. Are you not embarrassed, ma'am?
Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
And here y'all go. Here we go, everyone.
And I'm hoping with this series, you will surrender. stop focusing on things that are out of your control, and love all of yourself and not just the parts that men like in you. So yeah. And I came to this conclusion through therapy because I am an ex-people pleaser. I'm like the golden child of the family. My parents could always count on me to do the right thing or to do things that they liked or things that they agreed with. And
this victim talk.
With me doing that, I was miserable. And I found myself going back to that with this whole femininity movement bullshit. Like, I found myself going back to that. And so now
in other words,
I'm in this space where I'm creating my own rules according to what I like, what I don't like.
Oh, there we go.
And
patriarchy by feminist specifications.
It's about me. And
we know.
I've never been in a space where I can be selfish. I've always been in spaces where
oh boy, let her talk. This is why I say let them talk. I
had to consider friends and how they felt. And now I'm in a space where I could just do me. And
you are doing you.
This is the liberation that I think
know about the road stories
we're talking about. I think this is the liberation that they fought so hard for. While still being in the system. I think
told you liberation talk.
Really I told y'all. The system is not living according to other people and their standards, including this bullshit online about getting a man. I think this is the liberation that I was supposed to have in my lifetime.
Yeah, because we're going to make you stay free too.
I'm the first in my bloodline that gets this opportunity.
Oh,
and so I want to make sure that I make all the women that walk before me that sacrificed, that were essayed, that were slaves.
There we go.
That were wives, that couldn't speak up for themselves, women who had to just take it, women who had to suffer in silence. I think they wanted this for me. So,
yeah,
that's it. That's what they wanted. Like, it's doing exactly what they wanted, what they fought so hard for. And decentering men is not about hating men, bashing men. It's not about that. Because I still go out, I flirt with them, I have a good time, I'm having conversations with them.
Humble bragging.
It's not about hating them. It's just they're not the focus of my life. I'm the focus of my life. Oh boy. Me.
Yeah, we know.
Me, the real me, not the me that they find attractive, like the me that matters. Me.
Yeah.
And to the women that still hesitant about this decentering men, I'm a spiritual person. I'm a spiritual girly, spiritual baddie, whatever you want to call me. I'm spiritual through and through.
Oh boy.
And I go over certain experiences that I had in my life.
Earth Mother Goddess, Black woman again.
That truly meant for me. All I had to do was position myself to receive certain opportunities. So I think about things that were for me. I didn't have to work hard to get it. It kind of just happened for me. So I think about how when I lived back home.
Look at her face.
And
look at her face.
I wanted this loft that was downtown. It was a 3-bedroom, 3-bath.
Oh boy.
I toured it. The first time that I toured this loft, on its way. I knew it was mine. I could feel it. I saw myself in there. I saw myself in the kitchen. I saw myself in the bathroom. I saw myself in the bedroom. I saw myself in the living room. I knew it was mine before it was mine. Same thing when I got my BMW. I went to the dealership and I had no intent to go there and drive off the lot. I was just going to browse. But when I saw my car, when I saw it for the first time, I knew it was mine. When I saw the peanut butter colored seats, leather seats, I knew that car was mine because I had visions. I saw myself in the car. Drove off the lot the same day.
Earth Mother Goddess over here with the manifest talk.
I had already signed the paperwork for my BMW and the dealership called and said, hey, can you come back in tomorrow? We made some adjustments and we can lower your monthly payments. And I'm like, damn, that's confirmation that this really was my car. But I knew that before that even happened because when I saw my car, it was mine. So why don't women apply these experiences to men in dating? Why are you centering them so much to the point where you feel like you can't even be yourself? That's why
boy, yourself is an asshole. That's why.
Decentering men. And I'm really excited about it because everything that I've ever wanted, I've always gotten. And if it wasn't for me,
humble
it wasn't
brag.
For me. And it's just that simple. And I'm just going to leave it at that. So when I decentered men, I surrendered. I surrendered to the idea that this is something I have to force. This is something that I have to change about myself to receive. Since when? Now, when it comes to getting the BMW and the loft, I had to position myself, right? I had to position myself to receive certain opportunities. Boy. But it didn't take all of this. It didn't take all of this shit that you see online on a daily basis. It didn't take me listening to 4-hour live streams about me being feminine. It took me trusting the process. And trusting the process
real talk when Yanni wants to be an asshole and still
positioning
pull a
myself to receive certain things. And so I'm going back to that. But centering men to get that, It's just not my approach. It was never my approach. Because if that was the case, I guess in order for me to get the loft, I would have had to date a rich man. In order for me to get the BMW, I guess I would have had to sleep with a man that has money to get it, right? But that has never been my approach. And so I take a step back and I look at the content that I'm consuming where men are centered, and it's not for me. And so I'm taking my own path. Once again, Yanni, taking a totally different direction. One that fits me. One that I can relate to. One that feels
We
so
get it, ma'am. The
good.
world revolves
Like
around
me.
Real Talk with Yanni.
But
We
the
get
path
it.
that I was on originally, because I was being influenced by social media, it didn't feel right. So, you know if this video is for you, if it feels right for you to decenter and to refocus and to change paths and directions, because you know, and only you know. And that's where I'm at with this series. And I'm really excited because I don't know where the series is going to take me. But with me decentering men, I'm going to take you on this journey of what it's going to be like and how much fun we're going to have together. And I'm really excited because this is something that I've been wanting to do.
Black girl swag.
But I have to be real with you. I created a platform talking about dating. I created a platform talking about men. I created a platform where we have these viral discussions and topics and things like that, which I can't really walk away from that completely because, again, I built my platform on that. But I am going to create this series for those who are interested. And if it grows to a certain level, then maybe I don't have to do that content anymore. So this is me being transparent as a content creator that I still have to make those.
I pressed that by accident, you guys. I wanted it to end, but I pressed that by accident. My bad. My bad. Let me read this from KMS. KMS, thank you for the super chat. I did not forget about you guys, Guy Incognito Vince. I'm going double back. And KMS says, and thank you for the super chat. He says, as a man who lives in Houston, the men Yanni wants broke her because the type of man she wants is 20 chicks deep. You know she hated. If she gets a piece of a man, she will either she either bought him. Okay, I get what she's saying. If she gets a piece of a man, she either bought him or settled, which is the same. Yeah, which is the same. Bro, you could see it. This is the frightening part of this whole conversation. She can't be honest with herself. If you listen to Real Talk with Yanni, she swears she's saying something. Mr. Z is covering this not because of Real Talk with Yanni, but because of her influence and because of Paris Milan. Real Talk with Yanni sound like this. She eventually settled for a man worth a damn. And she not gonna say, you know what, I kind of messed up and I know I led you on the wrong direction. With women like this that have a conscience. And I think Real Talk with Yanni does, to be honest with y'all, based off her other stuff. You know what they do? They moonwalk out of what they were saying before. And so they don't apologize. They just start adding different things that say, if you remember, I told y'all that, you know, I can do this, but I know that loneliness is not for the faint of heart. And being alone, which, by the way, she did do. She did have a decenter man where she, look. I'm not saying that's what they do. They don't apologize. They don't say, look, man, I said some things when I was angry, or I got my heart broken, or I found out a guy I had in the friend zone actually moved on. Or one of the guys I had a crush on has a girlfriend and she's Latina. They never say that. They just pretend like this never happened. They just moonwalk out of it with new content that contradicts the old content. Huh? Y'all see, bro, I gotta play that part one again. Just the look on her face. Ain't nobody gonna make me care. Oh, man. Y'all heard what Black Uru said, when they get stubborn like a mule. When they get, I'm not gonna care. Yeah, and then you have other black women who adopt that. They don't got the money. They don't got the status. They can't be that quote-unquote hyper-independent. Huh? They adopt Real Talk with Yanni's view, and they get their head taken straight off their shoulders in real life. Real Talk with Yanni is lonely as hell. Don't get it twisted. We know. We get it. But they listen to Real Talk with Yanni because it seems empowering. You heard her with the liberation talk. And my ancestors, they couldn't do this. And my ancestors, they had to do it. They had to care. And I'm the first one in my bloodline. Yawn. They always frame it like that. Like our granddads and our great granddads were walking in the house, backhanding them, graping them. Ain't no seduction, ain't no love. Granddad and great granddad just came in, choked her out, and just took it. They always frame it like that. Real Talk with Yanni, we gonna make you mean that. And if we don't catch you, your subscribers, huh? They always frame it like that. Liberation from who? Not from white men. Oops. From who? Huh? Not for the ghost of white women that y'all chasing after, that myth of white womanhood. Exactly, Compassionate. It's always some weirdo movie stuff. And Compassionate says, to the casserole, smacks dish across room. They always act like that. It's always some woe is me, husband come home, backhand his son because his son is a little sweet, call his daughter all type of weirdo names if he doesn't try to touch his daughter in a different type of way, and then grapes his wife and makes fun of her and her cooking. That's why Kevin said the color purpling of the black community. It wasn't about what actually was going on in 1920s, 1930s America with black people. It's some weird caricature of Mr. It's always some hyperbolic black men and just walking. Black men don't have no power with white men. They leave landscaping, who used to be Master's home. Now it's his son. Civil War ended, etc., etc. And now your husband, who you're forced to marry, comes home after landscaping. He's miserable, and he takes his misery off on you. And you're some helpless, innocent creature. Real Talk with Yenny playing into all the tropes. This liberation is liberating. It's so liberating. Hey, black women, y'all listen to Real Talk with Yenny if you want to. Huh? Y'all listen to Real Talk with Yenny if you want to. Real Talk with Yenny will turn around, hide her man, if not get married, be in a relationship, hiding the dude. And when y'all finally expose her, she gonna act like, well, if you remember, I didn't tell y'all not to date men. I didn't tell y'all not to be in a relationship. I was saying that you have to have high standards. Huh? Huh? Vince's Kendra G said, hide your man. And there you go. I gotta read this one now, KMS. And KMS says, I can't stand that I can't stand that 8-ish yitch boring ass voice tax. You see, KMS, I'm gonna play part 1 again, and I'm gonna play the stuff from Destro that I have because Mr. Ziggy is getting short on time. So I'm gonna play it in a minute. So y'all, KMS, I don't know when you got in, but bro, yeah, that part 1 is really where it's at. Where she said, "Ain't nobody gonna make me care" type talk. Hey, bro, you know when somebody tell you they don't care, but you know they care, and so they try so hard to prove to you they don't care, end up making an ass out of themselves. You know they care. You know, bruh. Real Talk with Yenny go to sleep thinking about men. She wake up thinking about men. She probably getting piped down by some dude she hiding. But even if she's not, with this Decentering Men campaign, ma'am, you sound broken. And this is what I was saying to FD into his ilk. So y'all trying to tell me because the women say it, y'all believe it. So y'all don't believe nothing the men say. Y'all need proof. But the women, once they say this, believe all women. So because Real Talk with Yeti frame it like she's decentering men, because she's frame it like some liberation talk, and you know the left especially, they fall for all type of weirdo liberation talk. So because Real Talk with Yeti frame it like that, y'all just gonna take it at face value. Y'all don't see the little broken, bitter 12-year-old in here, right? The little bitter, broken 16-year-old. Y'all don't see that in Real Talk with Yeti. Okay, yeah, that's it. Huh? And her influence, most importantly. It's not about Real Talk with Yanny. It's her influence. Then you wonder why your sons are dating and marrying out. Huh? And this is a good time to read this one from Guy Incognito. And he says, this is why Becky wins. And guess what? We got a new one. Shout out to Black Uru. Black Uru be finding these videos. Huh? We got a new one, y'all. And this is why Becky wins. Why does Becky win? New one.
So I did a duet the other day that I had saw while scrolling on TikTok with DJ. It's on my profile if you want to check it out. It has the song Glorilla with the lyrics referencing, you know, tall, dark, and handsome men. I'm just curious, you know, about this comment right here, 44 Tory. Who's it about? Because the person I duetted this with specifically, first off, tagged Snow Bunnies. He was referencing white women, which is why I chose to do the duet on him. And then the last I checked, white women, Hispanic women, Asian women, black women, women of all colors and beauty can date black men. So please educate me. Who is this about? I'm here for the tea.
Becky said, I'm defending my right to be around black men and to date black men. Who is this about? I date black. I don't know about the rest of them. Yeah, Real Talk with Yenny. Keep up. Look, you and Chrissy, ooh, I told y'all, I'm going to make y'all mean what y'all been saying. That decenter men, that we don't compete. Them white girls said, oh, you don't have to compete. We coming. Pun intended. Huh? Don't worry, you don't have to compete. We coming. We got it. Huh? You know what it is to put your makeup on and to record yourself saying, who you talking to? This ain't about me. Because for those of you that are listening and that can't see, white woman was responding to so apparently she did some cover of some hip hop song or whatever, some rap song. And one of the comments is like, this is not about you, or this ain't about you, right? And she's saying, who? I date black men. Who this not about? Oh man, she says Latinas, excuse me, Asian women, obviously black women, white women, Latina women, Asian women. We date black. What you talking about? Huh? Meanwhile, black women are saying, I'm not competing. Decenter men. Yeah. Then Real Talk with Yanny gets so depressed, so lonely, she come back out here. And the type of guys that she's into and she find attractive in her early 40s, they've been married to some white women for 12 years already, 15 years already. 10 years already. Yikes. Real Talk with Yanny. You just come from a long line of black women who pull this stunt every goddamn generation. Every generation, y'all decenter men. Every generation, when y'all come back out here and the brothers are with the white girls and the Latinas and the quote-unquote exoticals, y'all say the same thing every generation, Real Talk with Yanny. Y'all get your little heart broken because the type of guys y'all are into, because y'all are assholes, are not into y'all. Then y'all do the decenter men thing, air quotes, decenter men thing. Y'all get so depressed, so lonely, because it's cold outside, right? Y'all get so depressed, so lonely, that Golden Girls worry about your friends. Decenter men, it's all about my girlfriends thing. It get old and tired. If you Real Talk with Yanny, if you don't believe me, go ask your own mother and tell her to be honest with you. Huh? Then when them brothers is married to white women and Latina women, they've been married for 5 and 10 and 15 years. These men, they always after the white girls and they chasing after the white girls. You could see the white. No, it's not us chasing them white girls. It's not us chasing the white girls. The white girls are waiting for y'all to mess up so they could scoop us up. The white girls are waiting for black women to mess up.
The black kings get divorced, and then what happens? They're like, F it. We're moving on. Snow bunnies are going to clean me right out. So the snow bunnies get on top of things, and they mix, and they have this beautiful baby, and the process continues. So I do find that black kings often go to black queens first, and then they're like, snow bunny time. They'll either divorce them, dump them, and then move on. Swiftly move on. And they'll feel all cleansed, you know? Right. Anyway, on that note, do you like my nails? They're very Christmassy. It's almost Christmas. Divorce season's round the corner, which means snow bunnies warm in January. Yes.
Huh? And once again, KMS, thank you for that super chat. I didn't forget about your other one. And thank you for that super chat, Guy Incognito. And Gold P is in here. Y'all already know the rules. When Gold P is in here, we got to say this. Gold Professor was the first person to suggest that Mr. Z start his channel. So I send all y'all hate mail to Gold Professor. But thank you for that, Gold Professor. Thank you for that. Right? Oh, man. Huh? Once again, we're not just talking about Real Talk with Yanni. We're talking about her influence. Huh? We're not just speaking about Real Talk with Yanni. We are speaking about her influence. Huh? Because after Real Talk with Yanni talks like that, and the women follow with that campaign, and they don't speak to men, and they don't double back, and they pretend like it's not cold outside.
Another night, going home, alone. This single life is
This is how they sound.
And don't get under my post talk about some. Just focus on yourself. Love yourself. Date yourself. I don't want to hear that shit. I really don't. I'm tired of it. Stop trying to tell me to mask my desires for being with someone else, that I should just be with myself. I've been with myself. I'm always going to be with myself. Like, it's me and her to the end of time. Like, stop it. Like, after a long day of work, I just be wanting to lay down. I want to cuddle. I want to tell my man about my day. I just want to hug. Like, damn. Like, it don't even be about all the other stuff y'all be talking about. It just be the simple things that you miss the most. Like, that's really it. Like, it's not even like, it just be the simple things. That's all I'm going to say. So just be grateful if you got somebody and you got a hug today. Because you know what?
I don't need no man.
Yep. You saying that now, ma'am. But y'all wasn't saying nothing to Real Talk with Yanni when she was talking crazy about decenter men. Huh? What happened? And let me read this now. And Gold Professor says, shout out to the brothers in media. Money for the plate. Thank you for that, Gold Professor. Thank you for that. Right? Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And thank you for the super chat, Gold Professor. Thank you for that. Right? Once again, Real Talk with Yanni's influence. That's what we're speaking about today. That influence. It's a problem. These yahoos jump on YouTube and they just start spewing their toxic nonsense. And it's insane that Mr. Z and people in the Black Manosphere, we're the ones who are framed like we're the toxic ones. Huh? We told the ladies winter is coming and they mocked us. They made fun of us. They're still, winter came for Kevin Samuels, right? Meanwhile, this lady started a whole goddamn decenter mid campaign. And now, say it, Z. The personal is political, right? Well, what happens when the politics catch up to you? What happened when JD Vance, Donald Trump, and Elon Musk are in the White House and they start slashing jobs and setting a precedent? Huh? We already know what percentage of black people work for the federal government, work for any type of government, local, state. Huh? What happens when Elon and Doge walk in the room? How does that decenter men thing sound coming from Real Talk with Yanni, who's making good money off of YouTube? That's entertainment. That's social media. What about all of you with 9-to-5s working government? Y'all not shaking in y'all boots? Huh? Y'all ain't gonna tell Real Talk with Yanni to shut the hell up yet? Huh? Oh, I forgot. She said ain't nobody gonna be able to make her shut up. And here y'all go again with the torture. Mrs. Z gonna play this one more again. Not even the whole thing. There's a particular part I want her to say again for all of you that just walked in the room, so y'all can see what Mr. Z is reviewing and why we're speaking about this today, especially with Elon Musk and JD Vance and Donald Trump. Huh? Uh-oh. And here y'all go.
Hey boos, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss. I haven't done anything for you to be proud of.
Of course you have. You are marrying a man who can support you.
So welcome to the first episode of a new series that I'm going to be starting on my channel called Decentering Men. The series, I don't know where to start with this video. This is not a series about hating men. If anything, I think this is a series about not tolerating like bullshit from people, especially as an ex-people pleaser. But I am going to title this series Decentering Men, the series, because we live in a society now that is all about getting a man. And it is exhausting. Like every time I get on social media, even when you go out with your girlfriends, the conversation is all about a man, who you dating, who you talking to. And it's just, damn.
For those of you that's not looking at the screen, this is a collage of videos showing women at brunch or at dinner together, you know, doing their whole girls, you know, night out thing. And they're not complaining about men, so there's nothing to talk about. That's what all of these videos are showing. They're not talking because they're not complaining about men, so there's nothing to talk about. Which talks a lot about, once again, centering men. And of course, Real Talk with Yanni has a problem with that. Yawn.
Isn't there more to life than just getting a man? Y'all let me know in the comments. There has to be more to life than just getting a man. The crazy thing about me coming to this peace of mind, decentering men, I get a lot of attention, like on a daily basis, from the opposite sex.
Humble bragging. Yawn.
I mean, getting sex from men is not hard. They're very easy to get sex from.
Humble bragging again. Yawn.
I'm in a position where I have pick of the litter, but for whatever reason, I just don't want to center them in my life. I want to have girlfriend relationships where we sit down, we share a meal together, and the conversation isn't about they man problems, who they dating, and who they sleep with. Like, I just don't care. And I have actually gotten rid of all of my girlfriends that only want to talk about men all the time. Like, I don't want to be friends with women like that anymore. So when it comes to this series, decentering men. We're no longer sitting down at dinner tables, happy hours, and talking about men constantly. I mean, there's no escaping it in the world that we live in right now. It's men, get a man. And it's just like, I'm exhausted. I'm tired of hearing the shit, honestly. And it's just like, I remember when I was a tomboy. I'm an ex-tomboy. But I remember when I was a tomboy and I just did not give a fuck. My life was so much more fun. It was fun. And I would look at my friends that were like boy crazy and I would like roll my eyes because I'm just like, girl, it's not that deep. And somehow I got caught up in this shit and I'm trying to find my way out of it. Well, I think I found my way out of it. And it's simple. Decenter men. This is not coming from a place of hurt, trauma. This is coming from a place of peace and happiness.
Lies.
And I just remember when I used to go out and I used to just go out just to have a good time, laugh, great conversations, and just being a personality. My personality wasn't about getting a man. It was just about having fun. And I just want to get back to that. I just want to get back to me. And I'm tired of social media. I'm wanting to decenter men, decenter social media. And I just want to just be about me. I want to be selfish and self-centered as an ex-people pleaser.
You're already selfish and self-centered.
Everything nowadays is about getting a man, keeping a man, having a man's baby. And it's just too much. And I'm just getting nauseous. We're going to make you mean it. Just thinking about it. There has to be more to life than just men. And so now that I have decentered men for my life, I find myself actually having a good time. I go out in social settings. The objective isn't to get numbers, to get a man, to get a date. It's just to have great conversation. And I've been enjoying myself. I have. You know, I'm flirting. I'm having amazing conversations, meeting new people. And I'm just keeping it at that. And I like that. I feel in control. And I like how I have this I don't give a fuck attitude. And it's just very freeing. Whereas before, it was all about being a man and hanging around women that wanted to go out just to get attention and to get a man. And it's just so exhausting. But now I actually go out. I'm actually having a great time.
I don't believe you.
I like it. I love it here, actually.
Boy, them eyes are lying like a mug. You talking, but your eyes are saying something different.
It's a man, it's a woman telling you, get a man, you need a man. You're going to die alone. And I like being alone. I like it.
We're going to make you mean it.
It's peaceful. And this decentering men thing, I think it's necessary because a lot of women are exposing themselves to like temporary relationships just because they're listening to people online.
Yawn.
And I don't know. I think it's kind of cute. I think it's funny because I'm a woman that actually enjoys being alone, right? I enjoy my
Don't believe you.
I think it's funny because some women feel like they're one-upping you because they have a temporary relationship. And I'm like, but your relationship is temporary. Even the women with rings, your marriage is temporary. Like,
catastrophizing.
It's not lasting. It didn't last. A lot of women are in situationships, temporary relationships, friends with benefits, temporary relationships. They're just in these temporary relationships because social media is telling them that they need a man, or they should get a man, or hurry up, girl, better get your man before you hit the wall. It's like, it's just too much. And now I have moved to a space where I don't give a fuck.
There we go.
I don't.
There we go, y'all.
It feels
we're gonna make you mean it
because I just don't give a fuck.
Look at her face.
And nobody is going to force me to give a fuck. And another thing, when it comes to this decentering men, I have embraced my masculine. I've embraced my feminine side.
I can end it right there. I can end it right there. She already said, "Oh, I embrace my masculine, feminine, whatever." All the other stuff is ramble. Y'all saw the look on her face when she said, "I don't give a f." And there you go. You got your heart broken, didn't you? You got your heart broken. It don't matter whether you were piping the dude or not, or he was piping you, better yet. You got your little heart. You got your little feelings, bro. I don't give a F. Real talk with Yanni. Boy, y'all content creators are a trip. Y'all content creators are a trip. You hiding. You got your little heart broken, and instead of you coming on here and saying that, you got your little feelings hurt, you got disappointed, you're disappointed about something, and instead of you saying that, we got decenter men. Okay, yeah, that's it. Oh boy, little broken ass. Broken Betty. Is this your queen? To all you women, to all you, Z, you stop antagonizing. Ain't that what you said, Kim Foster? They're antagonizing us. What do you call this? Huh? And I don't give a F. What do you call this? If there's a supposed black community, don't exist no more, and you have these propagandists like Real Talk with Yanni encouraging women to be a-holes. Y'all heard what she said? Leading into my dark feminine, she said on the second half. I'm not gonna play it again. Huh? Uh-oh. Passport OG said she saw that friend zone dude proposing to a Latina. Huh? She already said she tried to put the vagina on the table for one of her homeboys, and he completely said, nah, I'm straight. Nope. Somebody sent it to me. Somebody got to send it to Z again, please, and thank you. I've seen it like 2 or 3 times now. Huh? Ma'am, you want to be a boss chick. Your own words and sentiments. Nothing wrong with that. Have fun trying to meet the boss-ass man that's taller than you, that's good looking, huh? That makes really good money, that's a boss himself, and that's willing to be in a serious relationship with you, if not marry you. Have fun finding that. Isn't that why you're so triggered? Compassion says, Yix triggered herself. You saw, Compassion, you saw the look on her face when she said, I don't give a F. Oh, man, this is why I play this for y'all. That look was genuine. It was real. She was not putting on. That look was genuine. It was real. She was doing the whole swaggy thing, but she lost herself for a minute. She lost herself for a minute. That I don't give a F. I just don't give a F. It's so freeing. Huh? Y'all saw that? That y'all want to know why Mr. Z say the things he say? It's that she walks her. People like her, the content creators like her, the young women see them as gurus, and they help to make those young women insufferable. And so while these articles are coming out, men under the age of 30 aren't having sex. Men under the age of 30 are single. Men under the age of 30 are depressed. Men under the age of 30, and everybody acting like the women are okay. Does Real Talk? And by the way, when Real Talk Reality recorded this, was she 30 yet? She might have been 29, 30-ish. I don't think she was 31 yet. She was like 30, maybe 29. She don't seem like she's depressed. Mr. Z grew up around black women. I could see the bravado. I know what's behind the bravado. That's a little broken-ass 16-year-old behind that bravado. Ain't that right, Real Talk with Yanni? Look in the mirror, lady. After you take the makeup off. Huh? Oh, boy. And I know it's torture. Let me read this one from not Compassion, but from KMS right now. And KMS says, and thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. KMS says, the biggest sin is that she is basic and boring. That's it. If she would actually get more traction, I read the if, and I know that was a typo, but let's read it again. Her biggest sin is that she is basic and boring. That's it. She would actually get more traction with men if she was a train wreck. They're exciting. She's just blah. If I'm not mistaken, she grew up in a kind of military home. I think she's an army brat. If I'm not mistaken, I think Real Talk with Yanni is an army brat. I might be wrong about that. But she grew up in a somewhat stable home. I think her parents are still married, if I'm not mistaken. She has 2 brothers, if I'm not mistaken, right? So she grew up, Mr. Z loves, boring women are the women you're supposed to marry. Right? You're supposed to marry boring women. Huh? So I guess Real Talk with Yanni, when she was out there doing her street girl thing, them dudes was having fun with her because she was maybe nose wide open and innocent. And now this is the backlash. Whatever it is, either way, ma'am, you are a propagandist. Let's say Mr. Z is wrong. Mr. Z not wrong about this. You are a propagandist, ma'am. You are pushing misery to other black women, and you try to package it and make it sound good and empowering and liberating. You are a propagandist. Ain't nowhere on Mr. Z's channel y'all hear, hey man, y'all just stay single and miserable and make content about being single and miserable, but package it like it's empowering. Huh? Broken, bitter broads with a little bit of change because of YouTube or because of whatever content they're creating, pushing misery and packaging misery like it's empowering, like it's liberating. Okay. Huh? Told you they love that liberation talk. And once again, KMS, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Right? And Mr. Tolbert says, here are some dusty dollars. Thank you, brother. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Mr. Z gonna need it. Mr. Z, the way Mr. Z going, Mr. Z might need a therapist soon. Z, what is the problem? Look, man, these women is huh? I play Real Talk with Yanni and Chrissy and Kim Foster and the rest of them for my therapist. My therapist gonna need a therapist. Charles says, yep, you will. Huh? Oh man. Oh yeah, and Nema, yeah, you're right. And Nema says she's also an alleged survivor of SAZ. Yeah, she did say that, right? Man. So y'all heard that. So dear ma'am, whoever you are recording yourself in your car, I'll play the clip for you guys again. Y'all need to check the Real Talk with Yannis because they're propagandists. And so we assume y'all just want to be left alone. Huh? We assume y'all want to be left alone, ma'am. So why y'all recording yourselves in your car like this?
Another night, going home alone. This single life is ass. And don't get under my post talk about some. Just focus on yourself. Love yourself. Date yourself. I don't want to hear that shit. I really don't. I'm tired of it. Stop trying to tell me to mask my desires for being with someone else, that I should just be with myself. I've been with myself. I'm always going to be with myself. Like, it's me and her to the end of time. Like, stop it. Like, after a long day of work, I just be wanting to lay down. I want to cuddle. I want to tell my man about my day. I just want to hug. Like, damn. Like, it don't even be about all the other stuff y'all be talking about. It just be the simple things that you miss the most. Like, that's really it. Like, it's not even like, it just be the simple things. That's all I'm going to say. So just be grateful if you got somebody and you got a hug today. Because you know what?
I don't need no man.
So why y'all talking like that? We take y'all at y'all word. So this is how we sound.
Hey, yo, hey, niggas get shot every day, B. You be aight, nigga. You tough, right?
You tough, right? Y'all not saying nothing about the Real Talk with Yanni and the Decentering campaign. Y'all not saying anything. Ma'am, you and other women, namely black women, you are not saying anything. Y'all are either in tacit agreement, y'all are in full-on enthusiastic agreement, and even when you're in disagreement, you don't say it. You don't disagree publicly. So once again...
Hey, yo, hey, niggas get shot every day, B. You be aight, nigga. You tough, right?
Huh? So what ends up happening is that y'all go out, y'all go to clubs. KMS, I'm about to shout you out in a minute. Y'all go out, y'all go to clubs, and then after you leave the club, when you're sitting down with your homegirls, how do you sound?
Men in Germany are treated way differently than black women in Germany. Black men are appreciated in Germany. Black men are put in a cultural sense, in a societal sense, you are seen as interesting, whereas black women are seen as lesser.
An experience,
a novelty in which you can approach voyeuristically, and it's dehumanizing. I was a member at Soho House, and I remember seeing a black man sitting there, and there was all these white women around him glorifying him, gawking at the fact that he was existing. And I think black men need to acknowledge that their lived experience in Germany is disproportional to that of a black woman in Germany.
Huh? What happened? So y'all give us y'all ass to kiss. We finally take y'all at y'all word and take you seriously. And then when we at the club and when we out, and the white girls and Latinas are dancing with us and chilling with us and in VIP with us, Then you sounded like that young lady. Uh-oh. Huh? Indigo says, hate the game, sugar. Right? Real talk with Yanny. Y'all saw the look. For all of y'all who's going to watch this, shout out to the replay gang. Replay gang. Play that over and over again. I know it's going to be enraging. Look at her face when she says it. That might be the most genuine you ever seen Real Talk with Yanny. That anger that built up in her. You saw the look on her face. You saw the way she was swaying. That oh man, it's like the spirit came over her. And I don't give a F. Huh? For years, y'all have heard Mr. Z speak about these people, and I would sometimes put their video in the back, excuse me, in the description box. And I know, for a shout out to Trell, y'all can only get through 2, 3, 4 minutes of it. I get it. I get it. But Mr. Z gonna torture y'all with this because we're stressing here. As the environment changes, y'all gotta hold black women to this. Y'all gotta hold women to this in general, black women to this specifically. Because some of them they can't deal with the cold. BGS is right. Mr. Z said there are gonna be some, like Real Talk with Yeti, who gonna die under that bridge. Huh? They're gonna die under that bridge, freezing. As the environment changes, as this economic landscape squeezes them. But there's gonna be others who were listening to Real Talk with Yanny, and they're gonna scurry to go find the closest man to look out for them. Right? This is what Z is saying. And I'm proving that to y'all with this clip. And if you go through Real Talk with Yanny's comments, it's nothing but women copping. Please, y'all. Yeah? Els Actor says, I guess Rosebuster 3000. Excuse me, I keep on reading this one. Let's read it one more again. And Els Actor says, I guess the Rosebuster Max 3000 can't quell the beast within. Say that again. Right? Mrs. Z, here we go. Now Rosemaster 3000. Rosebuster 3000. Huh? Y'all heard that. Oh. So to the young lady recording herself in the car, y'all should have checked Real Talk with Yanny. And her ilk, her type. It's not really, I want to stress this. We are using Real Talk with Yanny as an avatar because in those girls, homegirls group, they friend group, when they go on brunch, there's a couple of them sounding just like Real Talk with Yanny. Y'all only complaining, y'all need to decenter man. And they'll send Real Talk with Yanny clips to each other. They'll send Chrissy clips to each other. They'll send Kim Foster clips to each other. Huh? What Manifestel and all them other chicks. White, black, Latina, Asian, they'll send Manifestel in her dead in the eyes ass face. They'll send that to each other. And then complain on the other end. And the men aren't looking, and then I haven't been, no man is playing with me because Chad and Brad, Chisel Chin Chad, Chisel Chin Brad, Chisel Chin Tyrone, Chisel Chin Juan, Chisel Chin Lee, Chisel Chin Ahmed are not looking at them. When they say the men aren't approaching, they mean the men they find attractive aren't approaching. It gets even worse when the men that they don't find attractive, but they would love that energy. Even those guys don't flirt with them. Oh, talk about kicking them in the ass. Huh? And Charles says, and shout out to Charles, right? And Charles says, Z, one, you're crazy for listening to all these crazy yitches. Two, she's mad because the rabbit has the gun. Three, about my fault, I have an advantage. Yeah, it's not my fault I have an advantage. I get what you're saying. And four, did you care when you had it? When she had it, exactly. When they had the power, you know they. Charles, Mr. Officer, right? Mr. Officer Charles, you know, look, man, you know them women don't care about none of that. They're not thinking about that. It's when the homeboy they had their eye on pops up with the Latina or even another black woman. Pops up with another black woman. God forbid she's attractive. Oh, Their hearts sink to their ass. They're angry as hell. Then they come on the internet, Decentering, I don't give a F. Okay, real talk with Yeti. There. Are you okay? Huh? Throwing a goddamn temper tantrum all over Google's YouTube. All over Alphabet's Google's YouTube. Huh? All of this was a goddamn temper tantrum. A 16+ minute long temper tantrum. That's all that Real Talk with Yeti did here. And she lost herself in that I don't give a F. The whole time she was trying to do the calm thing, right? The black girl swag thing, but she lost herself in that moment. Huh? In that moment, she lost herself. And Cam Met says, and thank you for the super chat. And like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. He says, failed former fat girl who's about to be failed careerist. Her crash out is going to be brutal. She's crashing out now. And y'all gives you a second. My bad. My apologies. Yeah, I would argue she's crashing out now. I've watched videos from Real Talk with Yanni. She's, she lost it a little bit here, but she has a theme. Right now, she's doing the entertainment thing, and she's using Hollywood and these different reality shows and all this other stuff to frame something that men ain't ish, black men in particular, and have faith in yourself. And that's not how human beings work. That's not how human beings move, and that's definitely not how women move. That's why Mr. Z calls you a propagandist. Real Talk with Yanni. What you're doing is going to destroy black women even more than they already are. Young black women don't have the temperament. They ain't built for it. And you should feel guilty. If you think Mr. Z is trying to shame you, that's because Mr. Z is. You should feel guilty. Huh?
Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
Huh? You should feel guilty because women like you and your foremothers are the reason why the black community is filled with.
That's how it starts, taking bitches out to eat, meals and whatnot. Next thing you know, you wake up in a rest haven for hoes, a sanctuary for scandalous skeezers and stunts.
The black community is filled with scandalous skeezers and stunts because of you and your elders that moved and think and spoke just like you. Huh? Oh boy. Trail says 4 mammies. Huh? And Compassion says, late blooming former fat girls with microphones are dangerous. But y'all hear Real Talk with Yanni. I'm so glad I played that part for y'all. I might clip that out. That might be there for a minute. I might have that on my channel for a minute. I'm gonna clip that segment out so y'all can hear her say, I don't give a F. Real Talk with Yanni, we know you don't. And y'all saw the look on her face when she said it. Y'all saw the look on her face when she said it. She lost herself in that moment. She collected herself back, but in that moment, she lost herself, and she meant every word of it. She may not mean it now, but in that moment, oh, she meant every word of it. Charles says, my new movie, Colored Pygmies. Saints says, 4 Mammy is hilarious. Look, Trell be dropping. Trell, Indigo, all of y'all be dropping. I so regret that I can't catch every comment because, shout out to Els Active. It was a couple of streams ago. Els Active was going on a run, and I missed like all of them. And I watched the replay. I had time, and I was reading through the comments. I was like, God damn, I missed all of these comments from Els. Els Active was on a roll a few streams ago. Right? And from Africa I came says we gonna retroactively anoint Polly Murray as the Queen Mother for Mammy. Half of them don't even know who that is. Shout out to BGS. Mr. Z didn't know who that was until BGS. And to see how important and integral she was to the civil rights movement, but especially to quote unquote female empowerment, liberation, feminism, black feminism, to see how integral she was to that, it actually says a lot. And to see her admit and just blatantly say, yeah, we pretty much sold the civil rights movement to white women because we think white women at the time think white women are going to be the ones to usher all of us into what? Liberation, not being under the thumb of the white man. How did that work? 60, 70, 80 years later? Uh-oh. Huh? Yikes. Huh? And so gold pieces, and I did not forget about you, Kunguru. And gold pieces for now, I think you meant to say from now on. From now on, we will refer to all these broads from for subtle to outright, crash out Keisha. Okay. Oh, from subtle to outright. I get what you're saying. Okay. From now on, we will refer to all these broads from subtle to outright as crash out Keisha. I think accountable commentary already says that. I think. And shout out to accountable commentary. I think accountable commentary already beat us to that. I think he calls them crash out Keisha already. If he doesn't, we'll just call him crash out Keisha. But if he does already, shout out to accountable commentary. We'll give him his props. I think he already Go P. I think accountable commentary. If you don't know who he is, check out his channel. I agree with the brother on a lot. There's certain things I'm a little fuzzy about, but whatever. But yeah, I think he might already have coined that phrase, crash out Keisha. Right? And y'all see look at Real Talk with Yenny's face when she made that facial expression, that you could see the anger, you could hear the anger, the rage. Better yet, I'm saying anger, wrong word, the rage. Ma'am, that rage that you showed there, that's not just an intellectual exercise. You're not just thinking your way through these things and then you had a moment. No. There's something there. That's rage, ma'am. That level of rage is not, I'm not angry and it's so easy to get a man. It's so easy to have sex with men and all of that you were saying before. All that's cap. That moment of rage, that's the real thing. Ma'am, that is not, I'm just some dispassionate observer of men and women, black men and black women, and their love life or lack thereof, their sex life or lack thereof, their romantic life or lack thereof. No, ma'am. You're not just a dispassionate observer. That moment of rage came from somewhere. That's failed relationship. That's failed situationship, ma'am. Miss me with the BS. You know, women, especially black women, love lying to your face. They love playing in the gray when you call it what it is. No, that's not what it is. Who do you think you are? You don't know me. Ma'am, that passion that you showed there, that rage, oh no, that comes from something. That's not someone who's just indifferent and dispassionate. Absolutely not. Huh? That's not apathy. That's not indifference. That's not being dispassionate. That's someone who's invested. Who is or were invested. And that rage, ma'am, all that stuff you said in the beginning, that's all BS. Because that moment of rage is the real you. That's what's going on inside as you were recording yourself. That's the real you. You were raging the whole time and you had a moment where you couldn't control it. That's the real you. That's the real how you feel about your situation with men, black men in specific. Real Talk with Yenny, I would argue you still on that. Exactly, Indigo. Indigo says exactly. Huh? I would argue you're still on that. Huh? And once again, Go Professor, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. And Kanguru says, and thank you for the super chat. Women are always talking about it with men. Women are always talking about men, I think you said, because their biology is howling at the at them. Also, how are you decentering men if you're flirting with them? She is a grifter at best, bro. Like I said, she wasn't the one who started the Decenter Men campaign, or this phrase, but she definitely started speaking about it early on, when this became a thing on social media. And once again, we're covering Real Talk with Yenny, not because of her per se, outside of her influence. It's her influence. It's the fact that we have young men who find young women attractive, young black men who find certain black women attractive, and y'all are going to try to talk to them, and they're listening to Real Talk with Yenny. Number one. Number two, we're also covering Real Talk with Yenny because of her influence and because one of you guys in Texas finds her attractive, and you're going to try to put your bid in, and you don't realize this is Real Talk with Yenny. Huh? Hey, you know what, Saint Cyr? Thank you. I should have said it early. I should have played it earlier. And Saint Cyr, with arguably one of the most genius comments today, says that mask was slipping. Play Gara clip, please. And there you go. For all of you that don't know or don't get why I play this clip, when I say they're dying inside, but they're trying to pretend like they're not. Saint Cyr says it perfectly. Real Talk with Yenny showed you that mask when it slips, and that's why I play this clip. That's Real Talk with Yenny for real inside. That whole time she was doing the whole swaggy black girl thing and all the sass. Y'all seen the sass? I could get men, and getting sex from men is so easy. That's all cap. That's fake. The real her is when she let that mask slip, and that was the real her inside. That sadistic rage. Shout out to Saint Cyr. Exactly. That was Real Talk with Yenny for real. When she let that mask slip. When that mask, Mr. Z get the K out. When the mask slipped, it sounds so weird saying it the right way, right? But yeah, when it slipped, Gara, perfect comment, Saint Cyr. Huh? Shout out to the replay gang. Now y'all hear Real Talk with Yenny for real. And that's all it is. A bunch of women hiding and capping. Huh? Hiding and capping. So let me hurry up and play these two clips from Destro. Shout out to the brother Destro, doing good work over there. Right? Shout out to the Black Manosphere, to Black Manosphere adjacent brothers. But Mr. Z had, I know it's annoying, but I had to show y'all that. To the young black men, the second you come across a woman, especially a young black woman, period, and she give you that I don't give a F look, she show you that face from Real Talk with Yenny. I'm gonna probably play it for y'all one more again. I know the torture, right? The second she say that, bro, you gotta drop her like a bad habit. You have to run the opposite direction. Mr. Z's not good on giving advice on his channel, but the one thing that y'all have seen Mr. Z give advice on is to get the hell away from them. I think we show up differently. We partner with different people. We partner with different people. Certain things you could deal with, I can't. Certain things I could deal with, you can't. But this one is universal. The second she start pulling that, I don't give a F. Y'all saw the look on Real Talk with Yenny's face when she said it. Bruh, you can't do nothing with her. Run the opposite direction. I don't care how long y'all been dating or been in a relationship or been girlfriend, boyfriend. It's over. Huh? So let's play these clips from Destro real quick. Shout out to the brother Destro. And we'll speak about it on the other end. Here y'all go.
Kenny Lou, fatherless woman, almost 40 without family or career, forever destined to be a receptacle.
Damn, man, that was harsh.
What is that even? Okay. Almost 40 without a family or career. Another assumption. I have a career. I'm very successful. I live in New York by myself. Give myself everything that I need. I don't depend on anyone for anything. Just because I'm not married with kids doesn't mean I don't have a family. And this is just ridiculous and just goes to show how dumb people are. And this is how a lot of people think. So that's why I always post videos about like being single and independent, because
I don't need no man.
There are not that many of those kind of things out there. And we need to make it normal because there's a lot of us, and I see that through the comments.
A few moments later.
All right, quick question for my fellow 35 and older ladies who are single. At what point do we just give up? Because at this point, I think I might just have to.
Yes, I think Jenny's description fits perfectly. Slowly but surely, it seems like a lot of these women are starting to accept their future role as society's receptacle, which literally means an object or space used to contain something. Unlike the well-respected, virtuous mother and low-to-zero body count housewife, the strong, independent woman is slowly accepting her place as a hobby or fun activity that men play with for a few months or until they lose interest. I mean, think about it. How many hours of fun can you have with one of those Chinese finger traps before you get bored of it? Or like one of those Happy Meal toys we were so excited to play with for a few hours, then we forgot they ever existed. This is how many of us look at modern women, especially on dating apps. And if you listen closely, they're starting to come to terms with their inevitable fate as a walking, talking finger trap. Now, obviously, we must speak in code because Big Brother is watching. But for example,
Our future rests with Destro now.
Hey, for real, once I realized that these men are genuinely just supposed to be an experience.
There go Real Talk with Yanni Part 2.
Now, granted, I ain't the nigga. I still be fucked about some niggas. I do. But once you realize this is an experience, and it's so much desperation from women wanting partners nowadays, and they see that shit, I can do whatever to this, but she want a nigga so bad. Once you show a nigga you getting, and it's not one of those, and tell a nigga on one knee, and say, Kenny, will you? I don't play with all y'all. Y'all be doing all that, bapping like y'all got that show, y'all. Y'all ain't even got no ladies. What you talking about? This is my life, nigga. You just living in it. We supposed to experience these niggas. Get one, cut him off, get another one. Cut him off, get another one, and cut his ass off. Truly that simple.
Yes, give the drunk another drink. It's clear she has accepted her role as a forever bust down. She even rebels in the demotion. This is her way of coping with the fact
That's a
that
more
no man
hood,
would ever look at
less
her as a
attractive
serious
version of
option.
Yanni.
Like a true
They
bitter
saying the
sister,
same
she attempts
thing.
to persuade other women to follow her into situations.
Exactly, Destro.
Pathetic.
Exactly.
On the day of this drunken binge, another poorly manufactured receptacle was created. But this is just the start. For example,
dating apps are just an ocean where you're not allowed to take the fish home. It's catch and release only. You catch,
even
you enjoy,
Asian
you release
women
back into the ocean. All the fish in the ocean are for the entire community to enjoy. I feel like it's a little unspoken rule, and it took me 3 years on the dating apps to figure it out. Oh, and here's my plus, but that helps.
I'm gonna be 39 next year, and every year around the holidays, I'm like, oh, this is the year. This is the year I'm finally gonna have someone in my life. And oh, what do you know? It's almost December, and no. And with what's out there and what I've seen, like, I just don't see it ever happening. So do we just give up now and live life, or do we continue? Because like, I don't see a future with anyone that's out there, and like, I'm losing hope each day, like more and more. So what are we doing? If we're not losing hope, what are we gonna do to find someone? Because it's not Hinge or Bumble or any of those apps. Like, and I just don't know what to do. So what are we doing?
You know what? I think it is time that we advocate for Receptacle Appreciation Day, a celebration to these brave women that continue to offer their tired, overused bodies to us, the community, for us to live out our sadistic pleasures. All of these strong, independent women that literally bend over backward and rent their souls and bodies out to us for a few weeks at a time, all for the affordable price of 1 to 3 dates. Unlike the women of old that required a house, ring, kids, and most importantly, respect, these women only asked us to play house with them for a few weeks and walk their golden doodles. And as they age gracefully, like sour cream on a hot summer day, they bless us even further by lowering the admission cost. The next time you see a wall-climbing independent woman, I think it's only fair that you show her some appreciation for her sacrifice.
Your sacrifice will not go unnoticed.
So today I decided to give up on marriage and subsequently kids. I guess you'd say it was the needle that broke the camel's back. But long story short, I made a little silly post about the fact that I got stood up for coffee on Facebook because it's really nice. I'm not really bothered by it as much, and I had a selfie to go along with it, right? And this guy who we had exchanged a few messages on Facebook about 2 months ago messaged me and said, sorry you got stood up for coffee. Maybe you should have given me a chance. And it was like with the little like annoyed side face, side eye.
Listen to this.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. And something about that was just like so discouraging, frustrating because obviously he wasn't actually sorry. He probably found great pleasure in knowing that I had been stood up, considering that he probably felt slighted that I wasn't interested in getting to know him. But regardless,
and there you go.
The years of the amount of energy,
shout out to Lion,
hope, and the amount of just effort I've put into desiring this thing, praying to God for this thing, for these things, and how at every twist and turn, you know, I met with nothing.
I work on women a lot because we're not realistic. And then we complain about the reality and what we're not.
BGS say it, Black girl.
It's like, he's been humbled his entire life.
Uh-huh.
His entire life, right? You have,
Say it.
I mean, boys in school, you know, these high school boys, girls tell them, oh, you're broke, you're this, that. Mind you, they're in school, like we're in school together.
Yeah. Say it,
you know,
black
and
girl.
you're telling me I'm broke, you know. But what I'm saying is they had to learn to say, okay, what do I need to do to get better? When you have somebody that never gets told they need to get better, they think they top shelf.
You should have respected my authority.
But wait a minute.
Shout out to the brother Destro. Shout out to the brother Destro. Destro be finding them clips for your ass. Right? Shout out to Destro. So y'all heard what the young lady said? So the brother that said you should have gave me a chance felt slighted because she got stood up. And so he's saying you should have gave me a chance. And so she's at the same time that she's low-key complaining about being stood up, she still got enough of the black girl swag to be like, yeah, that nigga just feels slighted that I stood him up. Or not stood him up, but I didn't give him a chance. Yeah, there we go. Dear black men, whatever you do, do not let her settle for you. And when I say settle, that's what I'm talking about. That young lady, that lady right there, brother, move on. Don't let her date you afterward. That's what I mean by settle. If I don't, the whole he wasn't my type thing in the beginning, that may not be the worst thing in the world. But if you see this where she's pining over the next dude and it fails, and then you keep on trying and she eventually quote unquote gives in, nah, bro. Nope. Nope. Can't do it. Nope. Huh? Thank you, Tro. No reach backies. No reach. No reach back. No reach back. No reach black. Nope. Huh? And Vince is and thank you for the super chat, Vince. First super chat, Mr. Z, just not reading it. And Vince is, they don't see they're being droned. Hive hacked. Oh, and he put it in question form. When you listen to Real Talk with Yanny, I don't think the women get it. And this is where the Roger Report comes in and says we have to hold you accountable for what you believe in. They don't get it, Vince. Because look how Real Talk with Yanny packages it. Same thing with Chrissy. Chrissy packages a whole channel, excuse me, in this luxury thing. Same thing with Shira 7 in them, right? They give you the air of opulence and of luxury and of extravagance and of nice things, beauty, right? Ambiance. Huh? So when they sell that black girl in luxury type thing, and for Real Talk with Yanny, she said liberation. She said freeing, right? That was the sentiment. The women, of course, they're gonna run to that. Especially, black people, especially black women. Once you start saying liberation, we're like, oh, what, free, right? And what makes that disgusting is we're talking about the children of whether it's slavery in the West or colonization in Africa. Once you start saying liberation, that's sugar to black people's ears writ large, black women in specific. And that's what makes what Real Talk with Yanny and with all of these black feminists, that's what makes what they're doing and how they speak, that's what makes it so egregious. Huh? That's what makes it so egregious. They know that once you start talking that liberation talk, that's honey to black people's ears across the diaspora. And so they keep on pressing that button. Huh? So yeah, the women are being hacked. But we gotta blame them for believing in this. Y'all don't see who Real Talk with Yanny is yet? She a bitter 16-year-old, a bitter 12-year-old. Now she done lost some weight. The curves sit wherever they sit. And you heard her. That moment of rage was real. That's the real her. And y'all saw it with the drunkard, the lady. You saw how she poured that. Y'all saw how she poured that wine in that damn wine glass. Don't get caught up in the looks and whatnot. Her and Real Talk with Yanny are saying the same thing. Shout out to Destro. That young lady and Real Talk with Yanni are saying the same thing. And we'll pause for a second. Fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use. Huh? Bruce always says, Z, I can fix Yanni. You and Better You gonna be fighting. You and Better You. Y'all pull out y'all lightsabers. Right? Oh, man. That drunkard lady and Real Talk with Yanni are expressing the same sentiment. F those dudes. We're the ones in power. Okay. Decenter the men. All right. Huh? And so we'll play this next clip and we'll play Real Talk with Yanni one more again. Z, the torture. No, Z, anything. Look, that facial expression was everything, y'all. That was everything. That when Mr. Z saw that, because I watched Real Talk with Yanni, the Decenterman video. I watched it when she first published it. But seeing it again, and I've watched it a couple times, but seeing it again this morning made Z's day. I was like, look at this rage. Look at this rage. Right? Propagandist. Y'all are just, all y'all doing is just making women insufferable, making black women insufferable. That's all y'all doing. Because they're going to get lonely. They're going to eventually, many of them are going to try to break with what y'all saying. And they're going to be so insufferable, they're not going to be able to keep no damn man. That's all. Like the black community isn't in a gynocracy already. Y'all just making them worse. Misery propagandists. Huh? And we'll play this and we'll speak about it on the other end.
Every day I'm learning that the real flex is just being in love with yourself and ignoring the world and knowing that you the shit and that you can make it out of anything. So here I am, day by day.
A few moments later.
This isn't new for me, but at the end of the day, what the fuck I have to lose? I lost my job in December. I have been working at TJ Maxx up the street from my dad and stepmom's house here in San Antonio ever since. Very thankful to have a job, but it does not pay enough. I don't have a car currently, and I really need one.
This is why Mr. Z played Linkin Park.
Places I can go to. My credit's not that great. Please, anything. Well,
what I've done.
To start. I also don't have anywhere to live. So if anybody has any resources there, I don't know if I'm going to come back to Southern Illinois or St. Louis area, or if I'm going to stay here in San Antonio. But yeah, I just need to figure something out. So if anybody has any ideas, please throw them my way.
I don't need no man.
Hey, yo, hey, niggas get shot every day, B. You be aight, nigga. You tough, right?
We're gonna bring it back. I just have to play that. Here we go.
Every day I'm learning that the real flex is just being in love with yourself and ignoring the world and knowing that you the shit and that you can make it out of anything. So here I am, day by day.
A few moments later.
This isn't new for me, but at the end of the day, what the fuck I have to lose? I lost my job in December. I have been working at TJ Maxx up the street from my dad and stepmom's house here in San Antonio ever since. Very thankful to have a job, but it does not pay enough. I don't have a car currently, and I really need one. So if anybody knows any kind of resources, places I can go to, my credit's not that great. Please, anything. Well, yeah, I just need somewhere to start. I also don't have anywhere to live. So if anybody has any resources there, I don't know if I'm going to come back to Southern Illinois or St. Louis area, or if I'm going to stay here in San Antonio. But yeah, I just need to figure something out. So if anybody has any ideas, please throw them my way.
I don't need no man.
This is sad. Oh, that's sad. Man. That's so sad. I really mean it too.
Zip it, lock it, put it in my pocket. I'm gonna be quiet because I need a man.
Hey,
so it begins. I'm not
shout out to you for being honest.
We hadn't heard too much of this decenter man mantra lately. Well, because we all know a modern woman has the attention span of a 2-year-old toddler. So honestly, this should have been expected. I mean, look at how they treated our poor friend the bear. Sprinkle, sprinkle, and the hashtag 4B movement. Now, if I remember correctly, they weren't supposed to be having babies or sleeping with us. But every time I pass the hospital nursery, I still see a bunch of ugly G.I. Joe face babies. Blasphemy. But I digress. Look at the power you wield when you decide to stop engaging with the sisterhood about what you expect out of them. Truth is, charges should be brought against the man that invited them to the round table in the first place. Let us not forget, St. Kevin Samuel Titus III died trying to rehabilitate the sisterhood. But fear not,
yes, he did.
We will not make the same mistake. We will speak with our wallets and passports. But
low-key, Mr. Z's doing that right now.
Supposed strong, independent woman to sink or swim. May the sharks have mercy on them, for we will not. The sisterhood will have to reform themselves and earn the right. You heard what I said? Earn the right to be led and protected by us. So is the word of your grace, Lord Destro.
I think that the decentering men movement is going to taper in the next couple of years. I'm speaking as one of the people who was the first creators to talk about it, to discuss it, to put it out in the world, what this topic is and how to do it.
Say why.
As someone who is a big proponent of it, I know that it's going to taper because we're under economic instability.
And there we go.
Economic instability. This feminist admits that modern women will assume the natural position, which is behind us. It's like a waitress sitting on you in the middle of her shift years ago, only to walk back in 6 years later and start working as if nothing ever happened.
Cold outside.
Already hired a more attractive, more charming, and more skilled foreign replacement in her absence. The audacity. Yes, my brother, let them sink or swim. For remember, these women didn't even want you to
let them know, Destro.
If you earn less than them. They looked at you as some sort of peasant if you wasn't making at least 100 to 200,000 a year. Never forget.
Say it, Destro.
Every time you told me I was beautiful, you loved me, you called me. I don't want no broke nigga around me. I'm allergic to the niggas.
What if you make more than?
All right, we're gonna make you mean it.
I don't know, nigga. I make more than.
Okay.
Now they will attempt to shapeshift in real time as the government cancels roles of redundance. A lot of these held by women. We will see these same women trying to break into our kitchens to seek refuge. As the government pulls back on $4,000 a month rent assistance checks to women that called you broke. I hope you are ready to show them the same treatment they have shown you.
And usually when we're under economic instability, women are the first group to be purged from organizations. And when they are purged, they go back to what they know. And that's attaching themselves to men so that they can have some financial and fiscal stability.
You don't
and
say!
So I think in the next few years, we're going to see a lot of the conversation talk about love as a desire, love as a need, love as a human need. We're going to see a lot more child-life content, which we're already seeing, but you're going to start seeing a new wave of talking points that push you away from being autonomous or having any type of autonomy.
The feminist talk.
And it's going to be done under the guise of romance and romantic love.
In other words, society can no longer afford to pay for your delusions. We can no longer be fooled by the belief that women are motivated by love. We all know modern women's true motivation, and that is the bag. As we move forward, for most women, the highest status they can now strive for is no longer the trad wife. Come now, woman, that's way beyond your pay grade.
Oh, man.
The best they can hope for to be is a house concubine, and that status will only be entertained in certain states. And just like Will Smith, most of these mischievous misses will have to live in the pool house in the back.
I don't know if it's just something about a man I never planned on giving a chance. Getting a girlfriend just bothers my spirit. Like, you literally could have waited until maybe one day I my mind. I probably wasn't, but it's like, wow.
Selfish
you have no
much?
competitive spirit. You are not a patient man. Because why would you just want a girlfriend? And then to get her pregnant.
Listen here, Aaliyah. We ain't dusting ourselves in shot again. Rest in peace, Aaliyah.
Who I used to communicate with, but it just never went nowhere because I used to always just stop replying. Like, and this man has a baby on the way. I almost threw up in my mouth. That's sick as hell. Why would you do that?
Listen, the gig is up. And most men are on their berserker movements. No one is out here pursuing women. Why compete for women that can only offer you sex? And every woman, 90% of women are selling sex.
Facts.
Instead of decentering men, why don't you just heal? I don't know is that a new word for
healing
or what? Like, I don't know exactly what that actually means.
No, it's not a new word for healing.
Everything suddenly started getting centered around men. Or has it always been centered around men? Because why am I
It's
watching
always
cartoon
been.
recommendations and people are saying, oh
And it
yeah,
better
by the
be.
way, men love this set combo. Here's a set combo to make him fall in love with you. Do your nails like this so men can like this. Wear the color pink so you come off more soft and dainty and feminine to him. How to talk to him nicely. How to talk him through it.
Say it, Destro. Exactly.
Wait a minute.
Exactly. Shout out to the brother Destro. Shout out to the brother Destro. Exactly. Shout out to that lady. She said, as economic times get harder. Yeah. Mr. Z said we reached a market cap. America is not plush with cash anymore. They dried up all that liquidity in the market. Quantitative easing, 1, 2. How many quantitative? What they did, 3 or 4 of them, and there was something else that they didn't call quantitative easing. That was quantitative easing. Just excuse me, pumping the market full of money, And when you do that, then you can have all these weirdo programs floating people. What are drying that money up? Now what? They were drying that money up before Trump and JD Vance and Elon Musk walked into the White House. Now what? Huh? Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, but I thought y'all was okay. Y'all didn't need no men. Now y'all sounding like this.
Another night going home alone. This single life is ass. And don't get under my post talk about some Just focus on yourself. Love yourself. Date yourself. I don't want to hear that shit. I really don't. I'm tired of it. Stop trying to tell me to mask my desires for being with someone else, that I should just be with myself. I've been with myself. I'm always going to be with myself. Like, it's me and her to the end of time. Like, stop it. Like, after a long day of work, I just be wanting to lay down. I want to cuddle. I want to tell my man about my day. I just want to hug. Like, damn. Like, it don't even be about all the other stuff y'all be talking about. It just be the simple things that you miss the most. Like, that's really it. Like, it's not even like, it just be the simple things. That's all I'm going to say. So just be grateful if you got somebody and you got a hug today. Because you know what?
I don't need no man.
Hey, yo, hey, niggas get shot every day, B. You be aight, nigga. You tough, right?
Huh? What happened? And Bruce Owen Wayne says, Z, you're so evil. Don't be like me. Look, y'all know Z. I'm laughing here. We trolling a little bit today. It's a little bit of difference. Mr. Z got a few days off, so Mr. Z giddy. Look, y'all, and Mr. Z gonna do stuff with Miss Z. So money's gone, y'all. Money's gone. Y'all already know how that go. Shout out to those of us in relationships. Jesus. Anyway, moving along. So yes, I have the evil laugh and whatnot, because as I said earlier, it's not so much about Real Talk with Yanni, it's her influence, number one. Number two, in all of these women that I've covered, in their friend circle are women that sound like Real Talk with Yanni, or are women like that little drunkard sister that we played earlier on, shout out to Destro, that keep them single. Kevin was 150% right, 1,000% right, when he said single women keep women single. Y'all heard what he said. Single women keep women single. Huh? This is what Z is saying. And y'all heard Real Talk with Yanni. Huh? So we gonna play it one more again, Z, for the love of God, Z. Anything but that. But before we do that, let's actually read KMS's super chat. And KMS says, Z, I apologize. If boring equals stability, then I misspoke. She is vapid and banal. She's not speaking about anything except unquenchable thirst to want without offering anything. She's every other yitch and the next yitch. I'm the one who says stability is boring and that's okay. Right? So that's Mr. Z's take on it. That's not everyone's take. So there ain't no need to apologize, KMS. That's Mr. Z's take. Stability is boring and that's great. I'll take it and enjoy it, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. And when I say stability is boring, I'm being a little bit hyperbolic, a lot of bit hyperbolic, right? But that's how it seems. Stability is boring. So people want the excitement. They want, but you want her to break the glass on your car? You want her to flash your tires? You want to be in arguments all the time? Mr. Z don't want that. Mr. Z's not into that. Yawn. Right? But some folks, that's what they on. Not Z. Right? Definitely not Z. But we're going to play this one more again for y'all as we end out, and thank y'all for listening in. Mr. Z was not supposed to go 2 hours. He got things to do, got errands to run, got places to be. But I definitely wanted to come to y'all with this, ending out the month, Black History Month of all things. Black History Month of all things. And Real Talk with Yanni is over here talking about what's liberating. She thinks that throwing black men under the bus, telling women to essentially decenter, not even essentially, to decenter men, that's supposed to be liberation. That's supposed to be liberating talk. By the way, this is old, so this is, this is a year old. But I'm playing it today because I wanted to emphasize, as the environment changes, as I said earlier, you're going to see women who are literally and figuratively passing away under the bridge, freezing to death. Literally and figuratively speaking, you're gonna see them freezing. Huh? Because the Golden Girls thing didn't do enough. It didn't help them. Huh? You're gonna see them freezing. And the rest of them are gonna try to scurry and find them someplace warm under a man. Huh? Pun intended. Someplace warm under a man. And you have to vet those women. I say don't talk to them at all, especially if you knew what she was on before the fact. Huh? So we're gonna play it one more again, just for those of you who just walked in, and to enrage y'all even more. Or enrage y'all, hopefully less than she was enraged at the end of this. But for those of you who didn't catch this earlier, this is Real Talk with Yanni. She was one of the first to popularize decenter men. In our case, we're black men, so we know she's talking mainly about black men, but fine. Decenter men. And y'all go see why Mr. Z is covering it in a minute, right? So y'all give it some time. She gonna get to it eventually, but here you go.
Hey boos, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss. I haven't done anything for you to be proud of.
Of course you have. You are marrying a man who can support you.
So welcome to the first episode of a new series that I'm going to be starting on my channel called Decentering Men. The series, I don't know where to start with this video. This is not a series about hating men. If anything, I think this is a series about not tolerating like bullshit from people, especially as an ex-people pleaser. But I am going to title the series Decentering Men, the series, because we live in a society now that is all about getting a man. And it is exhausting.
And the problem is what?
I get on social media, even when you go out with your girlfriends, the conversation is all about a man, who you dating, who you talking to. And it's just, damn.
Pay attention to her temperament. It's going to change. For those of you that didn't catch it earlier, she's playing a bunch of clips of women going out to brunch and out to dinner and out to eat with girlfriends, and they're all quiet and chewing loud because they're not complaining about men. So in other words, when women go on brunch, if they're not complaining about their man, they don't got much to say. Remember, Leisha Miller told us we weren't likable. Remember, Leisha Miller said we haven't developed personality. And these are the women making fun of themselves about when they don't have something to complain about because of their man.
Isn't there more to life than just getting a man? Y'all let me know in the comments. There has to be more to life than just getting a man. The crazy thing about me coming to this...
Oh, that's fake girl swag. Look at her face. Look at her face.
Decentering men. I get a lot of attention, like, on a daily basis.
Yawn!
From the opposite sex.
Humble brag.
I mean, getting sex from men is not hard. They're very easy to get sex from.
Yawn!
So that's not an issue. I'm in a position where I have pick of the litter, but for whatever reason, I just don't want to center them in my life. I want to have
still humble
relationships where we sit down, we share a meal together, and the conversation isn't about they man problems, who they dating, who they sleep with. Like, I just don't care. And I have actually gotten rid of all of my girlfriends that only want to talk about men all the time. Like, I don't want to be friends with women like that anymore. So when it comes to this series, Decentering Men, we're no longer sitting down at dinner tables, happy hours, and talking about men constantly. I mean, there's no escaping it in the world that we live in right now. It's men. Get a man. And it's just like, I'm exhausted. I'm tired of hearing the shit, honestly. And it's just like, I remember when I was a tomboy. I'm an ex-tomboy. But I remember when I was a tomboy and I just did not give a fuck. My life was so much more fun. It was fun. And I would look at my friends that were like boy crazy and I would like roll my eyes because I'm just like, girl, it's not that deep. And somehow I got caught up in this shit and I'm trying to find my way out of it. Well, I think I found my way out of it. And it's simple. Decenter men. This is not coming from a place of hurt, trauma. This is coming from a place of peace and happiness. And I just remember when I used to go out and I used to just go out just to have a good time, laugh, great conversations, and just being a personality. My personality wasn't about getting a man. It was just about having fun. And I just want to get back to that. I just want to get back to me. And I'm tired of social media. I'm wanting to decenter men, decenter social media. And I just want to just be about me. I want to be selfish and self-centered as an ex-people.
That is who you are already, apparently.
Everything nowadays is about getting a man, keeping a man, having a man's baby. And it's just too much.
We're going to make
and
you
I'm just
mean
getting
it.
nauseous. Just thinking about it. There has to be more to life than just men. And so now that I have decentered men for my life, I find myself actually having a good time. I go out in social settings.
We don't believe you.
The objective isn't to get numbers, to get a man, to get a date. It's just to have great conversation. And I've been enjoying myself. I have. You know, I'm flirting. I'm having amazing conversations, meeting new people. And I'm just keeping it at that. And I like that. I feel in control. And I like how I have this I don't give a fuck attitude. And it's just very freeing.
There we go. The
Whereas
mask about to crack, yo.
It was all about getting a man and hanging around women that wanted to go out just to get attention and to get a man. And it's just so exhausting. But now I actually go out. I'm actually having a great time.
Don't believe you.
I like it. I love it.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm just tired of these videos. It's a man, it's a woman. Let that mask slip. Telling you, let that mask slip. You're going to die alone. And I like being alone. I like it.
There we go, yo.
I like it's peaceful. And this decentering men thing, I think it's necessary because a lot of women are exposing themselves to like temporary relationships just because they're listening to people online.
Fear mongering.
And I don't know. I think it's kind of cute. I think it's funny because I'm a woman that actually enjoys being alone, right? I enjoy my aloneness.
Don't believe you.
I think it's funny because some women feel like they're one-upping you because they have a temporary relationship. And I'm like, but your relationship
sound like
is
a
temporary.
hater.
Even the women with rings, your marriage is temporary. Like, it's not lasting.
You sound like a hater.
It didn't last. A lot of women are in situationships, temporary relationships, friends with benefits, temporary relationships. They're just in these temporary relationships because social media is telling them that they need a man. Or they
it's innate in us as human beings.
Hurry up, girl. Better get your man before you hit the wall. It's like, it's just too much.
Here we go.
And now I have moved to a space where I don't give a fuck.
We don't believe you.
It feels so good because I just don't give a fuck, and nobody is going to force me to give a fuck.
There we go. Hey, that bat slipped, and that bat's cracked and shattered. Oh man, boy, that bat's blew the hell off. Hey, y'all know Mr. Z bald, right? And on a windy day, you know, you're trying to hold on to your hat. And on a windy day, sometimes the wind will just take your hat and just throw it. And the wind just took her mask and just threw it clear across the room. Y'all trying to tell me this lady ain't raging? You think she's not angry at the world? Let's get this right. Real Talk with Yenny lives in a major city. She's making okay money. She got her condo. She got her Beamer truck, right? I'm assuming it's a Beamer truck. I don't know why Mr. Z keep on doing that. She has her BMW. She has her condo. She's making pretty good money. The only thing she don't have is a man. Ooh. You think she don't care about that? You think she really decentered men? Huh? Shout out to Future. St. Cyr says mask on. F it, mask off. Huh? Oh man. And L says her tone dropped 15 octaves. You saw how she I don't give a F. I really don't give a F. Yes, you do, ma'am. You did a whole campaign about decentering men. Did you see the look on your face? You know these people swear they're all Marion, the unbothered. Man, y'all be the most bothered, annoyed, angry, rageful people in the world. I'm not bothered. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Slow down there. All right. Huh? That's what she's missing. This is what FD was saying to T Noir. They have the career, they have the money, they have the this. All they're missing is a man. And FD was like, how do I tell them, that's part of patriarchy? FD, you can't. Don't you get it? All those women that act like they're not bothered, they're Real Talk with Yanny. They're the drunkard that Destro covered. All the women, especially in the black community, because we grew up with them. No, I'm good single. No, I'm good. I'm good single. I'm unbothered. Who wants in a man? I don't want no man. No man gonna come in here and tell me what to do. In reality, they're lonely love. The second they get a piece of a man, they break. I was so lonely, and it feels so good to have somebody greet you at the door when you open the door. Yawn. Huh? Wow. Wow. So ending out, I definitely want to play this for y'all. I wanted to respond to whoever the hell this young lady is, talking about, wanted to be hugged up and loved on. I agree. But guess what? You and other women like you don't tell the Real Talk with Yetis to shut the hell up when they talking. Y'all just record yourselves complaining in their car.
Another night going home alone. This single life is ass. And don't get under my post talk about some. Just focus on yourself. Love yourself. Date yourself. I don't want to hear that shit. I really don't. I'm tired of it. Stop trying to tell me to mask my desires for being with someone else, that I should just be with myself. I've been with myself. I'm always going to be with myself. Like, it's me and her to the end of time. Like, stop it. Like, after a long day of work, I just be wanting to lay down. I want to cuddle. I want to tell my man about my day. I just want to hug. Like, damn. Like, it don't even be about all the other stuff y'all be talking about. It just be the simple things that you miss the most. Like, that's really it. Like, it's not even like, it just be the simple things. That's all I'm going to say. So just be grateful if you got somebody and you got a hug today. Because you know what?
I don't need no man.
Hey, niggas get shot every day, B. You be aight, nigga. You tough, right?
Huh? So if y'all saw my title, the What I've Done, right? And y'all gives you a second, actually. Okay, and we're back, right? What I've done, the decenter men, that's what this results into. Young lady, you recording yourself in your car complaining because y'all followed behind Real Talk with Yanny, or at least even if y'all didn't follow behind her, y'all didn't shame her and tell her to shut the hell up. And so the men took you at your word. Huh? We believe you. You're good. We believe Real Talk with Yanny. Decenter men. No, see, that's not what I'm saying. I don't mean it. That's not what I'm saying. When I say decent men, I mean don't hyper focus on them. You should be hyper focused on us. Men are still the primary breadwinners. Y'all do realize that, right? Men are still the builders. Y'all do realize that, right? Men are still the ones that maintain the infrastructure. You do realize that, right? You should center us. You should center men. And to hell with what feminist women are telling you. You're dealing with the consequences of their worldview now. Uh-oh. No, when I say decenter men, no, what I'm saying is we shouldn't hyper-focus, we shouldn't focus, we should enjoy our lives and do our own thing and build ourselves. Well, we're here now. Huh? We're here now. Let Cam tell y'all again.
Hey, yo, hey, niggas get shot every day, B. You be aight, nigga. You tough, right?
You tough, right? In Creole, like I told y'all before, we say, "Use to'o." You tough, right? All you tough guys. Z, you referring to women. I said it the way I meant it. All you tough guys. Huh? You tough, right? That's why Mr. Z says we're going to make y'all mean that, ladies. Once again, and I'll end out with this. Most men don't follow the manosphere. Most black men don't follow the black manosphere. They're not listening to us like that. They're not coming to the conclusions they're coming to because of us. They're coming to the conclusions they're coming to because of you, ladies, because of you, Real Talk with Yanni, and because of your subscribers and followers in your ilk. The women that think and move like you, Real Talk with Yanni, that's why the women are coming to the conclusions they're coming to. Because the men have moved away. The men believe y'all. Y'all got what y'all wanted. Believe all women. Well, we do. Y'all said y'all decentering men, right? We believed you. So the men came to their conclusion that they came to because of the way the women move. Not because of Z, not because of the black manosphere, because women like Real Talk with Yanni was given a microphone to talk like that. So Mr. Z evil laughs because you women will not check a Real Talk with Yanni and tell her to shut the hell up. And maybe make her. Anyway. Huh? So Real Talk with Yanni gets to be a little rageful, bitter Betty. And y'all either there, her, no, we get it, we understand, or y'all encourage her. Well, this is the consequence. That's why Mr. Z's channel is what it is. What I've done. But unlike the Linkin Park song, y'all don't face yourselves. Uh-oh. The ladies do not face themselves. They do not look in the mirror to see how we got here. How they got here. Yikes. So as the environment changes and it gets cold outside, let's see if the women finally get their mind right and whether y'all are going to want them if they do. Or if they're just going to have to do their Golden Girls thing and find warmth in each other and hopefully not, well, delete each other over the cereal. That DV rate for same-sex loving relationships for women, yikes. So on that note, y'all, we'll end out here. Y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Mr. Z had to play that for y'all. I'm sorry for torturing everyone with this, right? So we'll end out right here. Y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content. I think the Roger Report is streaming. Dr. Thunder should still maybe be still streaming. So y'all check them out and Mr. Z out. Y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Thank you for listening in. Y'all enjoy y'all weekends and Mr. Z out.